Welcome, everybody. This is session 6. I won't give a recap this time or anything like that, but I'll just do a quick announcement. On my channel, I'm going to be starting an open table. So what that means is if you're a watcher and a viewer and you see this kind of game and you're kind of interested in it or curious, I'm starting an open game. Like whoever just wants to come in, just do a one shot with me, no pressure, low pressure kind of thing, just to get a taste for this style of game. And I guess that's starting now. Anyway, that's the only announcement, so we'll just get right into it. Okay. It's the next day. It's the early morning. The sunbeams are peeking through Brahms' hovel. Just lightly cloudy, breezy, blowing blowing over the salt water into the village. The smolders of last night's fire have calmed down.
I cough to awakening, my face warm with sun-cooked ash as my eyes flutter open in front of the burnt down inn and tavern. My mouth insanely dry. I use my sword to prop myself up, looking around.
The smell is putrid. Of course, the smell of burnt wood with mixed with other things. Amidst the rubble, of course, the frames of the building just crushed and burnt, as well as furniture that's burnt up, and a blackened leather chest.
I squint at it, looking around.
Nobody's out. Everyone's still in their shacks this early in the morning.
I slowly make my way to the chest.
It's blackened by ash, surrounded by just crumbling wood all over. There is we call it a padlock on the front of it.
Bewildered, I use my free arm to grab it by the handholds on the side, and
it's heavy.
Drag it up.
It's heavy enough that it might need to be dragged with one arm.
My sword in the other, I begin to struggle to drag it out of the rubble, heading towards the last direction I saw Brahm go.
Sun penetrating through the small window in my large room. I open up my eyes, look around, and I see Kefir tending to Pietro. His groans kept me up through the night. How'd you sleep, brother?
He looks over his shoulder. Oh, I'm fine, but it's Pietro that I'm wondering about. Pietro wakes up. What is it? I'll be all right. I'm fine.
Tougher than you look, Pietro. You can stay in that bed there as long as you need. You know, I'm going to go out and I'll get some goldenrod. We'll make some tea this morning. See how the other villagers are doing. Kefir, you stay here. Keep watch. We have much preparation to do soon, though. Head to my door.
Pietro tries to get up, his skinny frame barely supporting him, and Kefir pushes him back down with ease. Oh, no, you rest. You rest. Sounds good, Brom. Sounds good.
Looking back at him, standing by my wooden door, I nod, taking in the sight of the empty room and the empty chairs around the fire, Petro in the bed. Leave.
The sun's still shining, peeking through just light cloud coverage.
Outside my door, I see a familiar wooden staff sitting outside, leaning against the wall. Pick it up, feel its familiar balance, begin walking with it towards the burned down inn.
I'm slinking through the streets early in the morning as the sun rises, and I see the smoldering ruin of what was once the inn, and I'm just observing it with curiosity in its ruined state as I slowly pass.
So, all the smolders from the previous night are gone. It's the smell of smoke still lingers in the air. Smell of something putrid that was burned as well.
I cover my nose and I go forward a bit, just looking about in the ruins, seeing if there's, anything left, any signs of bodies or anything.
A leather jacket, still singed all over, and just underneath some wood and some brick rubble, remains of a skeleton at this point, blackened. Some more bones in the distance. There's actually a number of skeletal remains left.
I say a small prayer for the burned bodies.
The wind blows through.
I look about, looking at one of the other civilians, and I step to them and I ask them what has happened here.
There's a man walking by with a long gray beard. What? He says, "Oh, can't believe you missed it. Some ruffians just burned the place down. I heard there was a slaughter after."
What cause had they to that? Why would they do such a thing?
Beats me. I think they had the devil in them.
Just what we needed, more problems. Pirates?
Maybe. I don't know. This accursed place. It's just nothing good comes here.
That's unfortunately true, yeah.
Anyway, he waves you off and starts heading down the street.
Dragging the chest, I see Braum heading towards the inn, struggling to breathe still.
walking, holding goldenrod, just picked in the inside of my cloak. Walking, I spot a burra. Bren, I lost you after the fray. Looks like you know how to take care of yourself. Are you okay?
Yes, the rest of the townsfolk seemed well enough last night. I succumbed to my exhaustion and slept. The inn, I'll kind of, with a strain, thrust the chest forward a bit in front of me. This chest somehow survived. I can't recall if it was from the inn or the tavern at this point, but I figured that it might be worth looking into. We killed those bandits. I guess before they could steal this in the chaos. I know of a small stream not far into the island. I'm going to go refresh myself.
I tap the chest with my staff. Huh. You want to help moving this somewhere more secure before you go to the stream there and cleanse yourself?
Sure. Let's come on. Take the other, and then we'll bring it in wherever you need.
All right. Looking around at the remains of the inn, spotting others, looking for bodies and what might be left in the rubble. I don't see any of my clergymen. They should be out here helping. None of them were in my hovel where I saw them last, except for Kefir.
Don't know.
Concerns me. I yell out, has anyone seen members of Ord? They would be wearing a symbol like this around their neck, and I hold up my holy symbol, a picture of a bending rod connected by an eyeball. Ord, the unbending. Has anyone seen them?
The same man with the long gray beard turns around. Ord. Can't say I've seen anything like it. He starts walking toward you. Why?
They should be here. They should be here helping. They started this mess. I started this mess.
I
We had an obligation.
Raises an eyebrow. You started this mess. What do you mean by that?
Whispering, we did no such thing. Or you, I believe, did no such thing.
Hearing the commotion, these two men talking to each other, I go over. It's like, what do you mean you started this mess, sir? You mean to tell me this is your doing? Burning my homes?
The bearded man draws a dagger.
Calm down, man. I mean it.
Draw one from my belt in retaliation.
I mean no harm to you. I did not burn this down, but I did not prevent this. The sword that I wield in the name of Ord was not sharp enough of wit or wisdom to stop this. I will make this right.
Slowly lowers his dagger.
I'm sorry for anyone you may have lost here. Looking at the young man. You.
Yes?
Far
What the
too
hell
young to be
happened?
here.
Explain yourself. You see a very lanky man with peach fuzz at most. His armor, leather, is a bit warm and worn and very ill-fitting. And he looks nervously at you as he holds his knife fairly low.
This outpost was supposed to be a place of stability where one could bring themselves here of their actions and find redemption and make a new life. But last night, forces of Memnon, hordes of chaos, I believe they've taken root in places of this island.
The bearded man says, "So much for new life," kicks around the rubble, revealing a skeleton with a quiver and a single arrow.
Hi. Abura. Pushing past the men, my staff, I begin moving gently around the body, outlining the quiver. This Abura, come look. Single arrow. I'm looking through. He always carried a notebook with him, bending down, pushing through some of the hot ash smoldering.
There's a book, leather, burned all over, the pages disintegrated.
Lionel. You bastards.
The fool ate the other arrows.
Take the book. I take the burned remains of the book, holding it and putting it inside my pouch. Let's go. Come with me back. We'll drop this off with somewhere I know it can be safe. I need to talk to you. Looking at the young man. What's your name?
I'm Godfrey. And what do
Godfrey.
they call you?
I'm Brahm of Yaltu. And you, sir, to the man with the long beard.
Robert, and my condolences to you fellows, looking down at the skeleton.
Where were you last night, Godfrey? Did you not hear the commotion?
I live on the outskirts of town. I did not.
Did you know anyone who might have been lost here?
I look over back to the ruins. I certainly hope not. I don't know. It's still early in the morning. There are people I haven't seen, but I don't know. I kind of step back to the ruins and start to shift debris around, seeing if I recognize any.
Well, I'll tell you what. Would you be willing to meet me shortly? We'll be just down yonder. There's an old man who lives down there. I give him the name of my contact, and you might have been familiar with him. Would you be willing to meet us there shortly?
To what end? What
We'll discuss if
do you
there's
want of me?
any way we can help you and try to find further people who might have perished here.
Looking through the debris, I give a sigh of relief. I have not found anyone or any belongings I have recognized yet, but I'm still uncertain. I look back to him as, yes, I will meet you. Yes.
Thank you. You'd be doing me a huge favor, a gift. I must make this up to the people.
Do you know where these bastards have gone?
I lost them in the fray. We dispatched several of them in the street here, eyeing some bodies of men leaning up to the wall. Others, I don't know.
From down the street, Kefir calls out, "Brahm!" Waves and gestures to Pietro next to him, who is still holding his wound, but other than that, walking just fine.
Light of Ord might have blessed you, I yell back.
Are you
Pietro
ready?
walks. I am. I sheath the sword.
Good. He approaches closer and says, he's up to the group now. Pietro here has offered us some help. Isn't that right, Pietro? And Pietro eyes your sword and says, well, nothing like adventuring or sword fighting, but he looks to Abura. I remember trying to sell some wares to you a
Yes.
while back. And
We spoke with the furs. We will need your
furs.
goods soon. I have plenty of coin, but have lost many of my belongings.
I'd like to offer you my material aid. It's the least I can do after being saved by your group. If you would follow me, my things are this way. Points down the street.
Lead the way. My body.
Kefir slaps his shoulder. Good man.
My body cracking. The ash on my body cracking, puffing up at the slap.
I knock the chest a couple times with my staff. Kefir, would you take this back? Store it back in my hovel there. Meet us shortly.
For sure. And he eyes Abura as he picks up the chest, both hands, and then slugs it over his large shoulder. Sir, are you all right? You're not looking so great.
I need to wash off, but if our merchant here can grant me some water, I think I'll be fine for the time being.
Ah, right. And he heads off toward the hovel to store the chest. Pietro is leading the way back to his kiosk of wares. Now, gentlemen, anything you'd like, I can help you with here. Points to various hides, mail armor, a few different weapons. He says, and back here, some of my own creation. There's vials of different colored liquids. What would you like? I might have it.
I will need armor.
He gestures to a few different kinds. Some is like mail. Others is made of scales of different animals, hides and furs of different animals. This is my strongest one. It's like a coat of red scales that can be draped around the body.
Grant me a moment.
Of course.
I'm standing at the edge of the kiosk area, browsing through some of the leathers there.
Whatever you like, it's yours.
I
owe you all.
I walk to a semi-empty table and take out the bag of money for my day's pay and begin counting it on the table.
I and Abura. I walk away from the leathers. Sit down at the table here. We're just gonna discuss for a minute here, Petra. And I pull out the bag that was given to me by Kefir, as I promised, contracted. I slip the bag underneath the table. Your pay.
Thank you.
Pietro says, "Oh, sure thing," and he walks a little distance away. But whatever you like is yours. No, don't pay for it. Don't worry.
Okay. You said something about this red armor.
Yes, comes back closer. This is my finest piece. Uh, you just he gently takes it off the rack, slink it over your shoulders as such, puts it on you, fits you perfectly, and yeah, not many monsters' claws will be getting through this.
Does it have the qualities of chain? I don't understand this material.
It's made from the scales of I don't know, a giant lizard or a dragon or something. I wasn't the one who slew the creature. I was saving it for, well, I was saving it for a more rich customer, but what can
All
I
right.
say? A debt
I'll
is owed to you, so
I'll take it and see what I could do with it. I'll also take this shield.
sure, sure.
On the
Picks it up
tape,
in both hands and hands it to you.
on the table, I'm throwing various supplies from the uh, rack of smaller accoutrements. I'm a new cloak, uh, some rations, and I say, my sword. I'm much attached to this. Will not give it up and sharpen it daily. What do you have any poisons?
A
I
fine
may
sword it is. Poisons.
I may douse this
Um,
with.
Depends on your definition of poison. He's looking through several vials. Well, I think I've got something like that. And he hands you a green vial. Um,
I hold the vial up.
this substance, I've concocted myself, will eat up anything. Flesh, metal.
Almost. This is a diabolical way to dispatch of an enemy, but it may be the only way for things I've seen out there. Justifying to myself.
Indeed.
I'll take this.
Says, well, anyway, I'm immensely thankful for, Kefir and you all. Kefir walks up. It's done. I've put it in in your home. Don't suppose either of you have a key for it. He looks around at all three of you.
You know, that is not by the doctrine of Ord here. The
True.
key is the community we keep.
Very true. You're wise, Brom.
I walk over to Pietro. A moment, if you will, please.
Of course, sir. He joins Godfrey.
What have these men done for you? It says, turned you so generous. It is surprising for you, I must say.
Oh, you see.
I mean, no offense.
It's true. I am normally not generous. But I was caught in the flames last night. Barely escaped. Was struck. Was sliced open by these brigands or exiles or whatever you call them. I was only healed by this group of men.
I look down to his wound.
My memory is fuzzy. Was losing so much blood, but I believe it was Kefir.
I look down to his wound that has been bandaged, though. So, and I understand. I hope you will recover soon, if the gods will it.
Sure, God's willing.
What can you tell me of these men? The one he initially said it had something to do with this. What was happening?
I don't know, uh, amongst the exiles were at least staying in the inn for a while. I didn't see them last night, but were also men of Ord, emissaries. I believe they all came on the same ship. That's all I know. I don't know why he'd say he's responsible. In my opinion.
Far side of the kiosk, fastening my new cloak, and conversing with Kefir. So, are we ready? We have some men available.
I thought you'd never ask, but I've actually done a little looking around before you woke up, and I haven't seen the other emissaries either, so it might be just us.
We'll need some help. Someone who can scout ahead, potentially.
And what of your friends? There was an archer, and a swordsman, and a darker-skinned man.
Obi, I don't know about. I have not seen since we arrived back. Lionel, I fear I may have found him in the inn. The debt still is owed to him. And Abura, well, he owes us nothing.
Just then, Rawl comes walking by through the street, sword on his side.
Recognize those familiar striped pants anywhere, yell.
Wordlessly gives a hand, approaches, gives a nod. I'm ready when you're ready. Looks to Godfrey, looks him up and down, doesn't say anything.
Abura, Clean, would you join us?
Looking around, Pietro, do you have any kind of a solvent in here?
Solvent? Yeah, plenty of those.
Take one for that lock.
You'll need something strong.
Mm-hmm.
He hands you 3 vials. It might take a lot. Here you are.
Thank you.
The best I've got.
Brom. So revenge then?
Revenge. We seek out these hordes of Memnon that have aligned themselves with the chaos that's allowed to fester on this island. Shun and Memnon, I fear, have taken root. We'll find them, take them out, and then go beyond to take out Shun, who I fear organizes this chaos.
What is your plan exactly beyond revenge?
Take a breath, breathe out.
Kever looks to Braum for his response.
With what's happening with what your clergy's boats brought with them, I fear
I am aware of this.
I fear of this island becoming more of a prison than it's ever been.
I agree. And while we're here discussing, I've meant to bring this up with you, Kefir. You've been a brother to me. I've trusted you. And many times I have put my faith in this church. But this is far outside the skillful and wiseful means you have demonstrated.
He looks down.
Last night, you could not produce the healing hands of Ord. I could not either, but I've always leaned on you and your ability. Can you even produce the most basic light of Ord? Show me it. And I smash my staff butt into the ground and light up the staff with a very visible light in the morning, just almost blinding.
He squints to protects his eyes from the light, looks to the side.
The
Brom,
light doling down.
Brom, I'm disappointed in you that you would ask for proof of my faith.
Demonstration. Ord's will is not taken on word alone, but actions. You've shown great action in your willingness to pay back the debts we owe, to bring balance. It's not a challenge to the church.
I look at Godfrey.
Kefir responds, as you know, I speak with Ord in my prayers daily, same as you. And you will see in time the demonstration will be made. A faith brother puts a hand on your shoulder.
I let out a sigh and I'm sorry, but I've been prone to bringing up old flames, anger. We owe it here, though. And I look over. This young man over there, the Godfrey talking to, Pietro.
What about him?
Suppose he knows people who's lived here. He might have lost people last night, and he'll continue to lose more. It's supposed to be a place of freedom, somewhere where you can demonstrate your work and your ethic, make something of yourself.
And today we shall.
I worship Ord, remember that. Not the church.
And
Of course, bro.
if it's divine vengeance that your people are going to bring down, then Godfrey is the one most deserving of that proof.
Once again, Abura, wise words.
So don't let that boy down.
Kefir looks to Godfrey. Is it true? You've lost someone in that fire?
Taking my attention off of Pietro, I look over to him. I don't know. I haven't seen any of my friends. I haven't seen Claudia. I didn't know that. I didn't know this was going on. I didn't know they might be missing. I don't know.
What do you do for work here?
Work. I help wherever I need to. I usually try to. They have me scout between here and the town, make sure things are safe. The next town over.
Would you
Along the coast?
Would you be willing to give us aid? The morning's young, looking up at the sun just beginning to rise above. We have need of someone familiar with the territory here. We believe these men who attacked last night, they're unfamiliar with these lands. Someone with the amount of time you've probably spent out in the jungles, you might be able to help us find where they would likely be, or
Do you know what direction they have possibly wandered off in?
I chased one to where they entered the jungle, and there very well still may be a blood trail, however faint at this point. It may just lead us to some kind of a beast's den, but it's more than nothing.
It is.
we will ensure that you are paid, and I ask of no need to put yourself in harm's way beyond helping us. If we were to come into attack, I would not think anything ill of you if you ran too. And if you are competent with blade or bow or any weapons here, we can outfit you today. Looking around at the wares.
I would stop home, but I can shoot a bow. For now, as I said, I live on the outskirts of town. It's likely where we'd have to head through anyway.
Excellent. Well, a small troop it is, looking around at Raoul, Abura, Godfrey, and Kefir. Will you be joining us too?
Kefir draws his sword. Of course. I think we've got everything we need now. Not wait any longer. Ord's light will shine before us. And he immediately starts walking toward the tree line. And Rolls finally says, finally. And he follows close behind.
Of Ord's light, I have no doubt, but what I am concerned with is the twilight that will come after. Anyway, I'll need a moment to put on this scale.
Sure.
We will meet the aftermath with the unbending will of Ord, as I always have.
Pietro walks over to Abura, starts to help him put on the scale.
Godfrey, help yourself. We'll make quickly after Raoul and Kefir.
Of course.
And if you have any rations and water, Pietro, we'll take that as well.
Of course. He starts to supplying each of the 6 members or the 5 members with canteens of water and rations.
I'm pulling some red baling twine rope from the shelf. I'll be taking this too with me, Pietro. If the others, members of my congregation, do not hear back from us the next day, tell them to look for the red tie of Ord.
The red tie of Ord.
They will know what I mean.
Got it.
It's a symbol we've used for some time on our crusades.
Sure. He goes back and finishes up helping Abura with the scale armor. There you are, looking like a fine warrior.
All my gear slung over my shoulder, pack ready. Stand by, let me know when you guys are ready.
As I said, I will just have to stop home and I can grab my equipment.
Okay.
It should be on the way.
I'll walk with you.
We will go together.
But quickly, too, because...
Whenever you're ready.
Yes, by the sights of it, too. I fear Kefir and Raoul may be going a little off the beaten path, unless you know Raoul.
Raoul says, "Oh no, we'll follow you, Godfrey." They turn and follow after him.
Of course. And I begin to lead outside of that, towards my abode, towards the edge of town. And as we're walking a short distance, I quickly dart to the right and I start to speed up a bit in a panic. Towards on the alleyway, I go several feet and turn to this door and I begin to knock on it frantically. Claudia, are you home? Just shake on the door, hoping it will open.
Where's he going?
Raoul immediately draws his sword. Kefir says, "Wait. If he doesn't
the
want to
young man go."
join us, we don't need him.
I hear him shouting. Give him a moment. We'll wait here.
There's silence on the other end of the door for a moment.
I continue to bang on it. Claudia, are you home? Are you all right? Please.
Faint. I'm coming. I'm coming. The door creaks open and then opens all the way. Godfrey, are you okay? Come in. For heaven's sake.
I'm fine. I can't. I don't have a moment. I just had to make sure you're okay. The inn, it's burnt. I didn't see you today.
Oh, no, thank you for checking on me. Of course I'm okay. I'm just glad you're okay.
Have you heard the commotion? The news?
Not really. I just barely woke up. She wipes her eye.
This priest, he spoke of being there, that there was a fight, commotion, deaths. And I don't know. We are going to hunt down these men.
What?
They bring destruction and terror to our town. Bandits, pirate, or somebody, but I don't know.
What? Why would you involve yourself with them? Come in. Come in.
No. They have to be stopped, okay? They could harm more of us next time.
See.
I take her hand. I will return. But this is something we have to do.
On the path, a few hundred yards away, standing with the remaining group, I'm finishing tying a red sailor's hitch around a small stick I'd found, stuffing into the ground. I'll leave way for our friends, Kefir. Remember this knot, or have you been there in the churches for too long, reading your books?
It's true, I haven't seen it outside of books too long. But
The signal
I remember.
of a crimson march.
Indeed, indeed.
I
Rawl is peeking around the corner, sword still drawn, just waiting.
I give Claudia's hand one more squeeze before letting go as I look her in the eye. I shall return. I will make sure we are safe. This town is safe.
She pounds your chest. Say, I know I can't change your mind, Godfrey. Just be careful.
I will. I stare silently one more time before turning away and rejoining the others. I'm ready. We shall continue. And I
Rawl.
start walking off towards my home.
Rawl sheathes his sword. What was that all about?
You gave him the permission to flee earlier. It's only natural that he feels so free.
Making sure I have everything in order. If you will follow me. I'll continue walking off.
Kefir follows, and then Rawl behind.
Looking back, don't be so hard on him, Raul. He's a young man. This is a sudden position we put him in. Great responsibility. Did I not say he could flee? So I hold my staff on my shoulder, resting, following behind.
It's just so sudden, running off like that. Strange.
I keep a quick pace as I head over to my home. And as we finally arrive, I swing open the door and go in to collect my things.
Rawl and Kefir wait outside.
Standing, just wait on my staff, looking at the view just down below the hill.
Hurriedly string my bow and collect my quiver and sling a pack around my shoulder as I come back out and close the door behind me.
Well,
I'm ready.
good. Let's hope that your impulsiveness in the future can prove itself to be calculated.
Rawl gives a nod
Snorks.
at that.
I will do my best, I swear to.
All right, you're right. Your place here is not far from where I saw the men bleed into the forest jungle. So we'll just hug the line and enter from where I saw them enter.
There. Can you point me in the direction where we shall start looking?
Follow me.
Of course.
Kefir raises his sword to the sky. We are finally off. Follows close behind Abur.
Taking the rear line with my staff in hand, continue walking behind them.
Track the sun, Kether. Don't just point to the air. You'll
Of
know.
course.
You'll have more insight that way.
Sure. He brings his sword down to his side.
I lead them to where I chase the man into the jungle, looking for the bloody leaves and foliage.
Entering the jungle behind them, I'm focused on looking for the strange plants from the creature I'd encountered previously.
Abur, roll wisdom DC 15. Bro, none of those plants are present.
I drag my fingers, sheathed in a blood red scale. The red touching one another. Leaves covered in blood. Here it is.
I hunch over to look at the blood upon the leaves, and I follow the trail, scanning to see where they follow through the foliage.
There's a path of blood leading forward, blackened and scant by now, but can be seen making a trail.
I unsheath my sword. I take my shield from my back. Stay close, Godfrey, but be fast.
I will. And I take my bow out and get an arrow ready just in case.
I say, Godfrey, go silently. But if harm should come your way, may Ords will guide you and protect you. And I place a hand on his shoulder, the light emanating around him as a haze begins forming on his around his exterior. This will make you harder for them to land a strike on you.
Thank you. You're most gracious.
Keep your senses sharp. The moment you smell this blood, you will know that the carcass of the man has been found, killed by beasts. Assuming he was caught.
Raoul draws his sword as well and begins to follow the trail of blood. Want to call it here?
Yeah. I think that's a perfect time.
Yeah. We have a few minutes here to do so.
All right.
We committed the great sin of shopping episode, but we got it.
I know.
I know. I felt so. That's why I was like, I'm just throwing my stuff on there.
Yeah.
It's not like I was like, oh,
No,
this is the shopping scene. It was like, it just makes sense for him to give them stuff.
Oh, sure.
You know.
Yeah.
And then as it was happening, I was like, Oh, I know
Shopping?
they're all thinking shopping episode. And I was like,
No, I exasperated
Especially-
it. I was like, I'm gonna count my coins.
So good.
and I was like, I don't know how many coins you have. You just count your coins. I'm not gonna tell you. And then I'm like, oh, when Abura is like, I know how Abura is, but I'm like, is this Abura mad at the shopping scene, or is this Dom like wanting to go forward?
I felt like it's funny because I also know like I appreciate Nico. I appreciate you like kind of going along with there's some like nudging there, and because we weren't like baking the characters a long time to like make everything work together. But
Yeah,
Nico saw the clock. He was like, okay, we're at my fucking village. Okay, I got my stuff. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
I ended up playing a bit more like frantically, especially like after the suggestion of like, oh, okay, well there are bodies in here. It's like and the mention of like Lionel being lost. It's like, okay, well, maybe I don't recognize anybody here, but I haven't seen any of my friends or my loved ones today, and kind of going off of that. But yeah, unlike some of the other like two characters, I did not think that much about this, and part of that was just because I've been busy and
Yeah. I think your character came along like, especially given the sort of nudging and stuff. You did great. It was really cool. Yeah.
But at the beginning, it's like, okay, what am I doing with this guy?
Yeah.
No, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, and we're also like accommodating I was a little. Again, I apologize if I had to rush anything, but
No.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it was great.
And Godfrey's being suspicious of this posse, basically, totally believable.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and that's why I like asked like Pietro, because like I know nothing of these guys, and like being a local, I know Pietro. It's like you're just giving this stuff to him. Like, who are these people? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, who was it? You're asking someone like, what do they have to do with this fire? Because that kind of miscommunication, I guess.
Brown took responsibility for it without explaining why. He's like, it's my fault.
Yeah, I was like, this is my doing. I was like, I love that.
Just that miscommunication. It's like,
bro, shut off.
Yeah. You did.
I know.
Like,
no, he meant it as in like guilt. It's like, oh, okay, we had a hand in this.
Yeah.
And like,
Yep.
But meanwhile, to like the locals, like, you what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one understood that.
Yeah. I've just been reading like just like stuff about like old like Methodists and like radical like like characters like John Brown and stuff, and I just like love that idea of just these like extreme guys who are just like they're very one-minded or whatever in their approach. It's like
Absolutely, it was great.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I have a couple minutes here still if there's
Great.
Yeah,
other
whenever
things
you
to
need to
talk
go is fine. But
yeah, I just love this part too, though, getting to catch up on some of the game, But
I like that you're inspired by John Brown, because I think that would be a super fun character.
yeah, he's like one of my favorite like historical like persons or whatever. He's just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was a good episode for concession for like really expressing the kind of the gravity of the setting, because it's like, well, what do we do? Like, it's the world outside of the island doesn't sound like it's going very well now, like a little bit of that info that we do have. So
Yeah,
it's very exciting to be like, why it's like making the best out of an even worse situation than we started with.
I like the idea too of like this any sort of administrative state just falling apart radically, and like how what is stability kind of start to look like here.
Yep.
And then these people start bringing in more and more like exiles or people who are like I guess not vetted to be going to the island. They're not there to like redeem themselves anyway.
There's no vetting process for the posse. It's like, you got a sword? All right.
I'm thinking of the characters got to do something pretty radical, like create the authority within the island. Like, okay, you come here, you cause this shit. We're gonna use these guys as an example. You know?
Yeah, that's how like Brahm is viewing it. Is like both his church state has like failed, and his like, and then also like it's like, yeah, no, this is how you have to do it, dude. Like
Yeah.
his specialty in the church is war and like killing people, and it's like we can't be doing some of this. If the nerds can't do it, then I'm going to show them how it has to be done or something.
Yeah, and you flexing on him was cool too.
Yeah.
Like, all right, buddy, you got it.
Yeah,
Really
that,
cool.
that was an intense scene of like
Where's Frito,
charging
bro?
Kefir.
Yeah.
Like, are
I was like-
you serious or not? Are you?
Yeah,
What's
that's what I
going
was trying
on?
to tell him to produce Ord's Light, because to me it's like this is the first thing you got to learn how to do is illuminate, the secrets with your light. And I was like, it was kind of fun. I mean, I know we don't get excited about 20s, or it's like rolling the crit on that too, and it was just like, do it, dude. Do light, man. Cast light. If you can't do that, then what are you doing?
Yeah, that's where my ignorance of the spellcasting in this game comes in, because I just see the description. I'm like, oh, flashback. That's the cool part.
It's
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for playing with me. I got to get going, but
Thanks for joining us, Jacob. Had fun.
And I now realize that I got solvent for a chest that I forgot to open. That'll be a present if we get back.
Yeah. You could always say, wait, one more thing.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. That's funny. What else? I don't know what else to say about the session. It was tons of fun.
Yep.
Godfrey got right in there.
Yeah, I think it was a good establishing session. I was definitely like, okay, where the hell am I going to jump in there? What's my motive here?
Mhm.
And then it ended up being, it's like, okay, like, this town, like, is, home is potentially under threat, between like these exiles or the priest going on about like, these dark forces of Memnon or whatever. It's like, oh shit, that sounds really serious.
Yeah.
So it's like,
The character came off with the vibe of like, okay, he's like a side settlement, like a settlement that broke off from the main settlements that just trying to do their own thing. So they come to town sometimes to trade and do work or whatever. But it's like, well, they have criminals over there. We know they have criminals,
yeah.
even though they're behaved enough. Okay, now the criminals aren't behaving. Okay, this is bad.
Well, and with
Yeah.
like, the whole fantasy Australia of like, these aren't necessarily well-adjusted people, a lot of them, like, when they're coming over, because like you're playing exile. My first character was an exile, for one reason or another, and some have more ill intent
Exactly.
than others, depending on whatever their past life was.
Including Artaj's character. You missed it last time, but he's in exile. We don't know totally what he's up to yet, but he's got people with him who are he's got two people like following him.
He's very Elric. He's very Elric coded. He's a pale, white-haired nobleman that has been exiled and has like black weapons and is like, what's going on with him? He'll be cool to see. Okay.
I'll say the session kind of felt like what do you call it? Forming the fellowship.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Because we have,
but also like when you have people die like every session, it's like, oh, we gotta form
so
again.
So this character definitely felt like just waving all like, to the death flags. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come home, I swear. Watch it be the one that survives.
Of course.
Right? Oh, so who is Claudia? Is she like a girlfriend or what?
Well, man, I just came up with something.
Yeah, just
but if not romantic partner, just like, someone significant to him is like, a good friend or not or anything else. I'll have to figure that one out.
Okay. It's always fun when you guys create an NPC and I'm like,
who the fuck?
Girl who was exiled with her criminal father and didn't deserve to be on the island, but is toughing it out. That kind of vibe.
Oh yeah.
As I said, I did not put a lot of forethought into this character. I probably should have.
Yeah.
But
well, it can be fleshed out as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
illegitimate child banished to Fantasy Australia.
Damn.
No. And next campaign, Fantasy Brazil. No.
Yeah. Fantasy Detroit.
Take him to Detroit.
That's we got to work on that, Nico. That was the Gloriantha.
Gloriantha Detroit.
Gloriantha
Oh yeah.
Detroit,
Oh, you're talking about 21st age Gloriantha.
Yeah.
I think we'll go ahead and cut off the recording here. Had a lot of fun, guys. Anyone in chat or that was in chat, thank you for watching. And y'all peace out. Thanks.
No.